Hey there, Bruce, and welcome back to Game of Fortune. We finally got our first inning in the last episode, and we have jumped back to head into the next door with Maria and Alphonse. So let's see how the next game goes, shall we? Is Belle going to have something completely new for us? I guess we'll see. I imagine so. Remember, Grant, I need you alive for the next game, so don't go dying on me. Yeah. Enough of that. We've got to get ready for our game. Clyde, Devon, you two ready? Ready as I'll ever be. Same here. Alright, then we're off. Hopefully we'll see you all later. So much for a happy farewell. Oh well, no point worrying about it. To the next game then. With Maria leading, Alphonse, Devon and I walk through the door. Ooh, talk about a tough crowd. I figured things would get quiet later on, but this soon? Well, William seemed a bit down after losing Elizabeth. Grant's just unusually quiet. I guess Everett was busy thinking of something else. Don't worry too much about it. We're here to play our games, not worry about the others. But I am worried about the others. Well, worried about Grant. If he dies, how am I supposed to get information out of him? You can always just ask him later, I guess. Unless he dies, but I'm not going to raise that possibility to them. No, she means after the game, when he's back alive again. You should be bold when asking questions, Alphonse. As soon as Belle spoke, we all turned to face the television. You're a private investigator, you should know to never leave a question unasked. Sometimes you can't force out an answer. Better to wait when someone's more willing to speak up. Personally, I enjoy pulling and prying information out of people that are unwilling. You'd be surprised what kind of creative methods come to mind when someone is horribly stubborn. Waterboarding? You don't torture them, do you? Please, I don't need to torture people to get them to tell me what I want. Granted, I can pretty much know what people are thinking all the time, so there's really no need to torture people at all. Then why do you need them to answer you? It's an authority thing. I need people to understand their place below me, that's all. Oh, but don't worry, I won't treat any of you like that. Not unless you get on my bad side. There are countless tales of people getting fucked over for getting on a god's bad side. Well, we'll do what we can to stay on your good side then. You know the best way to do that? Play your games? I was going to say give me gifts, affection, and praise, but that's a good one too. Already earning some brownie points there, Clyde. I wasn't really trying to. So first thing we've got to determine is what kind of game we're going to play. Let's see what the roulette has in store. This damn thing. This is the last thing I wanted to see, but I don't have a choice. I have to endure the painful anticipation of this roulette. I didn't want to split off from Devon. It worked out last time, but there was never a certainty that it would happen again. I just had to pray that somehow this would work out. Keep us together, Belle, please. Whew. Wait, I shouldn't breathe easy yet. Gotta wait and see exactly what Belle has in store for us. Looks as though we have a 4-player dilemma game on our hands. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Well, not all that tricky actually. More like wild. I have so many ideas for what kind of game that I could run. The last one wasn't so bad actually. If you give us something like that, like the last time, that'd be great. I'd also love more trampoline parks. Do you think this is a joke? Then I'm just having you all here for some laughs and giggles. I mean, that wouldn't be so bad, would it? You're underestimating my abilities here. No, we just prefer something simple, that's all. Alright, I'll let you off the hook this time. I'm in a good mood, so let's play. Kill me. Huh? Oops, let's not go with that name. Wouldn't want people to think that I'm related to another Kill Me game after all. What to call it then? How about Decide 4? I can't do that one either. Let's just go with something simple. Belle's Toll. Ah, that's clever. Eerie, isn't it? Consider the other names you had were about killing. This one's considerably more tame. Oh, don't you worry, Clyde. There will be killing. If you know what's good for you. Anyway, enter into the game room and I'll give you the details for the next game. It'll be a fun one for sure. See you soon. With that, the screen cut off. Wow. Seems we might luck out after all. It doesn't seem like it'll be a bad game. How can you say that when she just said that the game was going to involve killing? Yeah, but she was obviously talking about herself. She's not going to have us kill one another. Right? You sound so confident up until that last moment. It'll work out. Won't it, Al? Probably. Really loving the confidence here, guys. Look at it this way. She didn't explicitly say we're going to have to kill each other. The first name she came up with was Kill Me, so maybe at most it'll be like one person? I guess so. Let's just hope for the best until proven otherwise. Alright. That's the spirit. Let's show Belle that we're not afraid of whatever game she's got in store for us. Well, if it's one thing we've got plenty of, it's spirit. Let's hope that that's enough to get us through whatever game Belle's got in mind for us. Huh? We're back in the lounge? Did we walk out the wrong door, or...? No, you're in the right place. Belle was seated in one of the couches in the lounge. This is where we'll play Belle's Toll. Come and take a seat. Make yourselves comfortable. What's the deal here, Belle? You've run out of interesting places for us to play? Nonsense, there's nothing wrong with playing somewhere familiar, is there? I guess not. We took a seat across from Belle. He seemed rather giddy. I think that you're all going to love this game a lot. You said that there'd be killing involved, so I'm not sure if I buy that. Well, let's see if that's the case after I explain the rules. Comfy? Try to stay in your seats while you listen, okay? Sure, whatever you say. Great. Belle's Toll is a two-part detective game that takes place in two phases. The first phase is the murder phase. Wonderful. During that phase, you'll be tasked with killing me. Huh? Wait. You want us to kill you? Yes, isn't that exciting? You get the opportunity to end the life of a god. Isn't that kind of thing you'd love to brag to your friends and family about? Oh, let me guess. We're not really killing you. We're just killing, like, some little fake you've made for us or something, right? I mean, if you died, things would just break around here, wouldn't it? Smart thinking. You're right in a sense. The me you see now is just a teeny tiny fraction of my power and soul. Enough to be around the average strength of a human woman in their early 30s. Is that what you're trying to look like? What it looks like doesn't matter. What's important is that you can kill me without worrying about that the entire realm will crumble. I'm as strong and as vulnerable as any normal human. Of course, I'll also act as a normal human would, trying to preserve my own life and not just let you kill me without a fight. Alright, so you want us to kill you? Exactly, though I should make it clear that you're not all going to be coming at me as a group. What do you mean? You'll take turns. Each of you will be given a set amount of time, say 10 minutes to kill me. There'll be a set of waiting rooms that each of you are going to wait your turn in. After your turn's up, you go back to your room. So you're going to be coming in one at a time and trying to kill you. That's the basics of it, but I should clear up a few things before we go further. The order in which you'll be released is completely random. You also won't know what spot in the room you'll be in the order either, at least I won't tell you. You'll have to figure out the order on your own. Why does the order matter anyway? It might help you find out who my killer is. If you walk in and see my dead body, well, naturally you'll know someone came before you, must have killed me. Makes sense, I suppose. What happens in that case? Do we get a turn if you end up dead? Of course, you still get 10 minutes to wander around and do whatever. You could even toy with the scene or desecrate my corpse if you want to. I'd feel bad if you did that though, so please don't. Is there a reason why we'd want to hide that we killed you? I mean, it seems like it's the point of the game. I'll get there in a second, but let's just say that you do end up becoming the killer. You don't want others to find out. Are we gonna have to kill you with, like, our bare hands? No offense, but I don't think that Clyde and Devon have the physical strength to kill a woman in 10 minutes without tools or help. Thanks? Don't thank her, she's calling you weak. The alternative is being labelled as someone who could easily murder another. Don't worry, I've left all sorts of lethal tools here for you to use. There's knives, pans, the blunt edge of a table, poisons, a bath that you could drown me in. Really, go on and get creative. There's a ton of stuff here you could use. Well, that'd be useful for us if we decide to try and murder you. I'd hope you at least entertain the thought. I've got 2 questions, Belle. Fire away, Alphonse. First, what's to stop a murderer from hiding weapons or tools in their waiting rooms? Don't know if we'll be allowed to investigate those or not, but I imagine that someone might try and do that to dispose of evidence. That's a fair point. Let me make this clear, you can only hide things on your person or in this lounge. If you try to leave something in your waiting room after the murder phase is done, I'll give you a warm warning to take it with you. If you insist on disobeying me, then I'll kill you. God damn. Second question was about time. What about time? Are you going to be screwing with our perception of time? It seems to me that you want to obscure time enough so that we're not sure if we're first, second, third, or last in the game's order. But it'd be real easy to simply keep a running count of time in your head once the game started, especially since we know each player's turn is 10 minutes. If you counted up to 30 minutes before your turn, you'd know you were last, or the game started, and we were let out immediately, we'd know we were first. You might be able to fix that by delaying the actual start of the game by 10 or 20 minutes, then we might not be sure when the round started. It also works in reverse. You could count the minutes after your turn ended to determine what your turn was. Say if I had my turn and then the murder phase ended around 10 minutes later, I could make a good deduction that I was third in the turn order. You might be able to alleviate this by putting time in between each player's turn of around 10 minutes or more, but then you get into the issue of being able to determine certain characteristics of a murder based on how much time has passed, or maybe if a time-based trap went off. Thus, I have to assume that instead of adding or adjusting the time that passes, you alter our perception of time while we're waiting. Does that sound right? He can be really talkative, can't he? Never would have thought he'd go that far in length on the rules. Even Belle seemed a bit stunned. Wow, I didn't think you'd be so perceptive. I'm so proud of you. You're completely correct. Your perception of time will be warped while you're in your waiting rooms. Don't think you can just simply figure it out based on counting seconds. You're so smart, Alphonse. It's not all that impressive. Okay, maybe Maria has a point. He's a little cute when he's acting bashful like this. Oh, my question isn't as detailed as Alphonse, but I think it's important. Go ahead, I love answering questions. What happens if none of us kill you? I mean, it's possible. No, you're right, it is possible. You might each look at my cute little face and be charmed enough not to end my life. And if that happens, then the game ends and I'll kill you all. What? That's what'll happen. I'll slink into the waiting rooms like a shadow of death and bring about a frenzy of gore to each and every one of you. It's only fair if you don't murder me, that I murder you instead. I don't think that's fair at all. I don't care. Kill me or die, those are your options. So that's how she was going to get us to cooperate? Take the risk and become the killer or push it onto someone else. But with Time Warp, we won't even know if we're last, which means if she's there and we don't kill her, there's a good chance that we'll get everybody killed. Talk about pressure. Well, thanks for at least explaining that. No problem. Seems I've answered all your questions on the murder phase, so let's move on to the next phase, the investigation phase. At this point, each of you will be released from your waiting rooms and you'll see my dead body. You'll be given 30 minutes to investigate the rooms for any clues or hints as to who killed me and how I died. After that, you each get a vote on who you think killed me. If the majority is correct, then the killer will be executed, and the rest of you may go free. Otherwise, all but the killer will be executed. And then that'll be the end of the game. So Danganronpa rules. So you're forcing one of us to kill you and then punishing them if they get caught. Well, murder is bad, Clyde. But if we don't murder you, you're going to kill all of us. Yeah, but it's different when I do it. I'm a god. I'm sure people will debate as to whether it was justified or not. Talk about double standards. And that's it. Really just a simple detective game. You say that, but it's going to be somewhat difficult to determine guilt in just a few minutes. I'd say it's impossible not to get caught with Alphonse here, unless he's the killer. It's not like we're going to have equipment to look for prints, DNA, camera footage, or... Good grief, Alphonse, if we had all that, it wouldn't be any fun. What do you think people did before we had modern forensic evidence? They went off hearsay and baseless accusations. Exactly. It was the golden age of people getting executed and killed just because they seemed a little off. What fun times those were. Let's bring them back. You'd probably be hung and executed for being suspected as a witch. How about we don't do that and try and use some sense of logic instead? Whatever floats your boat. Are there any other questions? I got one. Are you really going to act like a normal human? Of course I will. So we can expect you to do things like fight back and leave a dying message if possible. That's a good question. I'll certainly fight back and try to survive, but I won't attempt to kill you. It'd be really bad if there were two corpses here after all. Oh, but who's to say that what will happen? I'm unpredictable. In a game like this, it's not exactly something to be proud of. Seems that you're all done asking questions, so let's get right into it. You see those doors over there? Go ahead and pick one. That'll be your waiting room. The numbers on the doors don't matter. You aren't automatically going to be released in that order. I'll take door 1 then. I'm door 2. Doesn't really matter which door, right? I don't want to have to kill anyone, not even Bao. Maybe the 4th door will bring me some good luck then. Feeling superstitious? Considering the love for the number 4 around here, might bring me some good luck. Besides, D is the 4th letter of the alphabet. That's got to mean something, right? I guess. C is the 3rd letter, so that matches even better. And A is obviously the 1st letter, so... Hey, you're making me feel left out of the letter coincidence here. But why don't you enter room 2 and then we'll have it be like perfect? Oh, that would be wonderful. Alas, I can't enter into those rooms. You'll just have to use your imagination. Phooey. Anyway, once you all enter the game, the game will start and I'll eagerly await your killing intent. Right. Oh, good luck whoever ends up being the murderer. Watch out. Al's got your number. Right, whoever ends up killing Belle will be our opponent. No one wants to do that, of course, but I want to kill her. She's a fucking dick. If none of us takes that risk, then we're all dead. A volunteer's dilemma. Oh, not a perfect example of it, but it works well enough. Earth to Clyde? Huh? You were going sullen all of a sudden. You gotta get into your room, otherwise... Actually, I don't know. I just assumed Belle would push you in or something. Right, sorry, just got lost in my own thoughts. Well, don't worry. If you get lost too often, I'll be your guide back to familiar territory. Just play smart, okay? And don't kill Belle if you can help it. Same goes to you. Don't worry, I'm not eager to become a murderer anytime soon. Good, then see you later. Yeah, probably with Belle's corpse happy to greet us. Yeah, that'll be lovely. Well, see ya. Devon walked into her door as I did mine. It locked behind me with a soft click. This is where I'm going to be waiting? Guess it's comfy enough. I took a seat in front of the small television. Not much to do but wait. I guess I could read the books that are there too. No you don't. Huh? Belle's face popped up on the screen. It's go time, Clyde. Get on out there and see what's waiting for you. That was so fast. Was it, or am I just messing with you? Maybe it's been years. I doubt that much time has passed. Either way, it's time for you to play. Please be gentle with me. Don't say that. Alright, I'm coming out. See you soon. The screen shut off and I stood up from my seat. I figured that I'd have more time to prepare, but I guess I'll see what's waiting for me out there. Maybe Belle's alive. I mean, she did just message me. I can't go off that. She's probably just using this little fake or whatever while she's still running the game. In that sense, I should just ignore the message she sent and see what's actually waiting for me out there. I walked back into the lounge, and I wasn't prepared for what I'd see next. Belle was face down on the floor asleep. How the heck did this happen? Belle? Huh? She didn't rouse easily, but she was still alive. I gave her a light shake to try and wake her up. Wait, should I do this? I mean, she's obviously weakened for some reason. I could just finish her off right now. That's the smart thing to do, isn't it? I mean, I don't even know what order I'm in, though I'm probably not first. I can't imagine why Belle would be lying down right by the doors. Then am I second or third? Maybe even last. If I'm last, then I have to kill Belle, don't I? But we don't know if we're last. I mean, if I don't, we're all dead. Room. Huh? The room. She weakly lifted her head up to face me. She looked flushed, weak, and her pleading eyes were begging for help. Bathroom. She held a hand over her mouth. Oh. The bathroom. I quickly helped her up to her feet. Hurry. Alright. I wasn't sure I was so keen to help her out. This was the god that was making us kill each other after all. But killing doesn't come easy. Helping does. I carried her over to the bathroom and she was quick to collapse in front of the toilet and threw up in the bowl. Good grief. I never would have imagined seeing Belle act so inelegant. After a few seconds of clearing herself out, she seemed to be finished. Ugh, my head hurts. Have you been drinking, Belle? It's not my fault. She was so pushy. Once I had one glass, I had another and another, and then... This is why I hate alcohol. Why do people like it when their brains turn to mush like this? She was pouting as she frowned at the ground. Now my head hurts. I don't feel so good. You look like you definitely had one too many. You probably have a hangover. That's dumb. Gods can't get hangovers. You're so stupid. Fine, gods can't, but you're just humanized version of Belle, so it's totally possible. I'm a god. I can handle anything. She was about to slump over and knock her head against the toilet again. Hey, ease up. First of all, let's wash your mouth out or something. Ugh. I had to help her stand up again and lead her to the sink. After a few cups of water, she washed out her mouth. Thank you. She still looked a bit flushed. You really are out of it, aren't you? I can handle my booze fine. I can. I'm not a lightweight. No one said you were. Watch, I can do the alphabet backwards while walking in a straight line. Z, Y, L, M, N. Like hell, I was going to let her walk in a straight line with her wobbly legs. Alright, let's just lay you down somewhere and get you some water. Tea. What? Get me tea. More almond tea. Why the hell does she have to be so pushy when she's drunk? Sure, whatever. Let's just lay you down first. I'm not lying down with anyone, not until I get my tea first. Well, I guess if it were you... You look hale enough. Let's just get you on the couch. Tea first, lay later. Despite her protests, I led her back to the lounge and put her down on the couch and laid her on her side. She didn't have much strength to object. She just stared at me with pouty eyes. Hey, you're a dishwasher. Yeah, I am. Then go do the dishes, clean up my cup and bring me more tea. She weakly pointed at the teacup that was on the table. You're really demanding for someone that can't even stand up on their own. That's a challenge? I can sprint around the world in the blink of an eye, so don't... She covered her mouth again and her eyes went wide with panic. Hey, ease up. Don't force yourself to move or anything. She took a deep breath and seemed to keep the nausea from overwhelming her. Ugh. She really is weak in this state, but she also seems a bit loose. Maybe I can get a few details out of her. Hey, Belle. How many people have you seen since the game has started? I've seen... you're trying to trick me. Make me spill the beans about who showed up before you. Damn it, of course it wouldn't be that easy. You're trying to get me to say that I saw Alphonse, Devon and Maria before I saw you. Huh? Yeah, Alphonse, Devon and Maria came before you did. But that's a secret. She's just joking around. How? She's probably not even sure what she's talking about, right? Just some drunken ramblings. Yeah, that has to be it. I'm gonna get you some water. That means we have to kill her. Tea. Give me tea so I can wash this bad taste out of my mouth. I slowly stood up and picked up the teacup from the table. Let's poison her. Then I walked to the kitchenette. The hell do I do? What the hell do I do? She could just be acting, that's it. She could be pretending to be drunk so that you'd end up killing her. That's all there is to it. But if she isn't lying, if those three really did come before me, then I have to kill her. If if I don't, then we're all gonna die. But if that's the case, then I grimaced and looked toward the knife set that was in the kitchenette. It'd be bad enough if Devon or I died. It'd be 10 times worse if both of us died. One of us has to live at least. One of us needs to be able to make the last-ditch effort to win and make a wish. If we both end up dead, then who knows what will happen? I've got to figure something out. Somehow I have to ensure that at least one of us lives. I put the teacup down into the sink and then grabbed a kitchen knife. It felt so light in my hands. I could easily thrust this into someone. I could do it if it meant that Devon and I could survive. Then I could do it. Wait, I can't just charge at Belle with a knife. Even if she's drunk, she's going to fight back. I just have to do it sneakily. Yeah. Isn't there poison? Can't I poison her? Do we have bleach in the cupboard? I'll make her drink that. The hell is wrong with me? I'm thinking like an actual murderer. It can't be helped. If it means that at least some of us survive, it's for the best, isn't it? Damn you, Belle. Fucking us over with your stupid murder game. Yeah, she's asking for it. I grabbed a glass out of one of the cabinets and filled it with water. At the very least, this would be enough of a distraction. I hid the knife inside my satchel bag and walked back to the lounge. Except she knows what you're thinking. Still not feeling good? My head hurts, my stomach hurts, my chest hurts, everything hurts. That's what happens when you drink too much. I pushed the cup of water to her lips. Here, drink this. It's not almond tea. It's water, just drink it. She hesitantly sipped from the glass a few times before cupping it herself. She downed a few more gulps and then put the glass back on the table. My head still hurts. Well, you're not going to recover from a hangover that quickly, if that's what you got. You really care about me, huh? Even after I'm making you kill and die over and over again, you still want to make sure that I'm okay. Wait, what? Now, how do you mean kill and die over and over again? You care so much it almost brings a tear to my eye. You're so strong, smart, and compassionate. You're always giving it your all, even when you're going to lose. It tugs at my godly heart. I can feel it beating so fast. Now's not the time to be talking like that. What do you mean by the fact that I'm killing and dying over and over again? Too much. Huh? Head hurts too much. I'll tell you when I wake up. She slowly laid back down on the couch and closed her eyes. I really am impressed by you. By both of you. It's making it hard to pick. Huh? You can't just say those things and then go quiet. Hey, wake up! I snapped my fingers in front of her face and shook her a bit. But she didn't move. Well, I wasn't going to get any more answers out of her. And if she's like this, then I reached into my bag and pulled out the knife. I just have to aim somewhere that'll kill her quick. Maybe I'll stab her in the back. The chest? Possibly slit her throat instead. I hate that I have to think like some deranged killer just to survive. And it doesn't help that she looks so peaceful when she's sleeping. Or that she's drunk. Every part of me feels that this is wrong. But I have to do it. I took a deep breath and raised the knife up high. Wait, I don't want to make a huge mess. I should try for a single blow that'll kill her for sure. I slowly roll her onto her back and point the knife around her chest. Just don't get blood on yourself, I mean. I didn't know anatomy perfectly, but surely I could get the heart in one strike. I just had to be sure not to hesitate. A single thrust should do the job. Okay. 3, 2, 1. The knife sank deep into her flesh. A small amount of blood leaked out from the wound. I wasn't sure if I hit the mark perfectly, but it was probably a lethal hit. If not now, then a few minutes she'll be dead. I slowly got up and inspected myself carefully. No blood on me. Alright, that's good. I need to make sure I have my story straight. I could probably go with something simple. Say that I found Belle drunk or asleep, and I got her some water while investigating the rest of the room. Would that work? I mean, someone else had to have gotten Belle drunk first, right? And she talked about tea, so someone got her booze and tea. Probably more likely 2 different people. Do I just say I found her stabbed like this? I guess that's possible too. I have to say that I found her with water. Or I could toss the glass away and... Time's up! Get back to your room. I turned to check Belle's body again. She was still there, lifeless. Then, was that just a mental message? Some kind of recorded announcement? Must have been something like that. Guess that's it then. I walked back into my waiting room, hoping that I'd be able to steady myself when the truth was revealed. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. It'd be bad if they can see how nervous you are when you get out there. In fact, you gotta act surprised when you see Belle's corpse. But not too surprised, just shocked at the scene. After all, we know that Belle's gotta be dead. What should I even say? Maybe it's best to let the others talk. It's not like I do a ton of talking anyway. If I speak too much, it'll be suspicious. And keeping quiet's gonna raise red flags too. I just have to act natural. How the hell do you act natural after you've killed someone? No wonder people suck at murder. It's impossible to keep your cool when there's so many things to think about. Actually, do I even need to keep calm? Maybe it's best if I confess to doing it. I mean, I only did it to ensure that at least we'd have one group of survivors. Either me or the others. And Devon. If I confess, then she'll be fine. Even if it means I die. At least one of us will be safe by the end of this. I can find peace in that much at least. Trying to ease yourself up for the next phase of the game, Clyde. The screen turned on and Belle's smug face appeared on the screen. Aren't you supposed to be dead? I got better. Recover from your hangover too. We don't talk about my alcohol tolerance. Got it? But you're kind of cute when you're drunk. Really? You mean that? No, you're pushy as hell. It was annoying. You can't just leave me on like that, Clyde. Especially not when you got a lot of work to do in the next phase. Don't remind me. Well, go on then. I've unlocked all the doors. It'd be awfully suspicious of you to hang back for too long. Don't remind me. Alright then, see you soon. She winked and then faded off the screen. I clapped my hands against my cheeks. Alright, no pressure, Clyde. Just gotta pretend you didn't stab Belle in the chest. Easy. Showtime. Am I the first one out? Guess so. Oh, sheesh, are we finally going? You alright? I'm fine, just a little groggy. Figured I'd try and take a nap since Belle was taking so long. Guess things felt long for you too, huh? They didn't for you? Nah, everything was pretty fast. Lucky you. Lucky us indeed. Maria was the next to pop out of her room. I'm ready to solve crimes. You don't need to be so eager about it. Alphonse was the last to exit his room and was stretching out his arms as he walked in. And that's everyone. Let's see the damage. The damage? We're all alive, aren't we? So someone must have killed Belle. Probably around the lounge or in another room, or Alphonse walked further into the lounge and stopped only after a few steps. Oh. There it is. It's not exactly that far away, is it? I walked a few steps behind him and stared at Belle's corpse on the couch. It's oddly peaceful looking. He was eyeing the entire scene as Devon and Maria caught up with us. Whoa. That's totally a knife sticking right out of her. Yeah, I guess it's time for us to start investigating, right? Around 30 minutes or so? Yep. We should pair up. You think so? I don't want anyone tampering with the crime scene at all. If we're in pairs, we'll always have some eyes on one another. Good idea. Let's go out. No, we should stay split up. Make up your mind. Are we going to be paired up or split up? I mean that you should pair up with either Clyde or Devon. There's a chance that one of us might end up overlooking the others just because we're familiar with each other. Come on now. You know that I wouldn't do something like that. It's not you that I don't trust. So you think Clyde and I would cover for one another if we ended up doing something suspicious? It's just a precaution. Of course we would. He's making sense, and we can watch over them as well. It's the better choice, and I don't want to make too much of a fuss. Alright, and who should we go with? Devon, want to pair up with me? You do seem like the better choice out of the two of you. Hey, nothing against you, Alphonse. I just feel comfortable with a girl closer to my age, that's all. Well, I guess that means you're with me, Clyde. Great, I'm paired up with the actual investigator. Sounds good. Means I won't have to do too much work. You're still going to have to look for clues, you know. Right, but you still probably notice things out of place more than me. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, there's really only 3 scenes around here that we need to check. The lounge, the bathroom, and the kitchenette. I say that we just rotate around them, 10 minutes each for every location. Are we going to have enough time to talk about what we found? Belle said we get 30 minutes to investigate and then we'd have to vote. I'm sure she'll give us some time at least to discuss our findings. If not, then we'll just have to make our cases quickly. Sounds good to me. Personally, I'd like to check out the lounge first before anything else. We could check out the kitchenette then. Thinking about food? I do know my way around a kitchen. I feel like I'd notice if something was out of place. Okay then. After the lounge, we can go to the bathroom, then finish off at the kitchen. That would mean that you two would check the lounge after you're done with the kitchen and check the bathroom. Good, sounds efficient. This should go without saying, but don't remove or distort any of the scenes if you can help it. Leave things as they are, or at least let us know if you change anything. Wouldn't dream of it, Al. Okay, then let's get right to it. And break. Maria clapped her hands as if she was exiting a huddle and walked with Devon over to the kitchenette. Meanwhile, Alphonse walked over to Belle's body and stared down at her. Never would have imagined seeing her like this, but I guess she looks human enough. Let's get to work. What do you want to investigate first? Huh? You're letting me take the lead on this? I'm already seeing things, but I'll figure you'll let you take a look at the scene, and you can point out what you notice. I'll give you my thoughts, you give yours, and then we'll be able to figure this out. Alright. Is he checking to see if I'll make a mistake or something? That I won't point out obvious things in an attempt to hide my guilt? Well, let's just play this like I'm innocent. It's time to investigate. I think we should check out... Alright, we're going to wrap this one up here because we're out of time for today. and we'll continue this game in the next one. Somehow we have to pull off not being fingered as the murderer, although it doesn't really matter, right? If we don't get caught, then they all die and we get to carry on, and if we do get caught, Devon gets to carry on, and I assume we'll swap bodies like we did with Zeph in the last, I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, Preston. I'll see you in the next one.